It's 7:05 a.m. You're at the airport, half asleep, placing your carry-on on the TSA conveyor belt. But just as you're about to walk through the scanner, an agent holds up a small bottle from your bag. Is this yours? Do you have documentation for this? You freeze. It's your daily medication, one you've flown with a dozen times, but this time, it's a problem. In 2025, TSA has quietly updated its screening rules around medication, and what was once allowed could now delay, detain, or even ban you from boarding. Most travelers have no idea these changes exist until it's too late. In today's video, we're breaking down the rule, the mistake, and the simple way to protect yourself. If this helps you fly smarter, hit like and subscribe so you never get caught off guard. Number 1. Unlabeled pills, huge risk. It's 6:30 a.m. at JFK. A business traveler places her toiletry pouch in the tray, ready to breeze through TSA. But something unexpected happens. An officer pulls aside the tray and holds up a handful of white tablets in a clear plastic bag. Can you identify these? She hesitates. They're her prescribed anti-anxiety meds, but they're not in the original bottle. She packed them loose to save space. Now she's being pulled aside for further screening, and her flight boards in 25 minutes. This is becoming more common than you'd think. In 2025, TSA agents are being trained to flag any unlabeled medication, even if they're over-the-counter or legally prescribed. Why? Because unmarked pills can resemble controlled substances, and TSA isn't equipped to verify their legality without packaging or documentation. You might think, it's just Advil, it's fine. But unless it's in the original packaging or accompanied by clear labeling, TSA can detain it, or you. And if the agent feels unsure, they're within their rights to call airport police or deny you boarding until the matter is resolved. What's the takeaway? Always keep medication in its original container or clearly labeled bottle, especially if you're carrying more than a few doses. Even a well-packed Ziploc bag could look suspicious under the X-ray. Don't let your morning flight become a legal headache. Number 2, liquid meds, still a gray area picture. This, a father traveling with his sick child reaches the TSA checkpoint at Orlando International. He pulls out a 5-ounce bottle of pediatric cough syrup from his bag, ready to explain. It's for my daughter. Doctor prescribed. The agent pauses. Is it declared? Do you have a note? A long delay follows. Other travelers pass by. His daughter begins to cry. Here's the uncomfortable truth: even medically necessary liquids can trigger TSA scrutiny if not properly declared. While TSA officially allows liquid medications over 3.4 ounces, they must be declared separately, clearly labeled, and removed from your bag during screening. Otherwise, you risk delays or confiscation. What's worse, many travelers think just saying it's medicine is enough. But without the original label, prescription note, or visual confirmation, a TSA agent may consider it a threat or prohibited substance. And in 2025, with updated screening protocols, agents are under pressure to be more cautious, not more lenient. You don't want to be the one trying to explain cold medicine at 6 a.m. to someone in latex gloves and a badge. Instead, place all liquid meds in a separate zippered pouch, label them clearly, and tell the agent before your bag goes through. Being proactive can save you a 20-minute delay or a missed flight. Number 3, prescriptions without proof. It's mid-afternoon at Denver International. A solo traveler returns from a ski trip, relaxed and sunburned. Security pulls him aside after scanning his carry-on. The issue? A small pill organizer filled with prescription meds, but no labels, no bottles, and no documents. The TSA officer frowns. Do you have proof of prescription? The traveler shrugs. They're mine. I take them every day. That answer doesn't cut it anymore. As of 2025, TSA has tightened its stance on prescription medication without documentation. Why? Because the rise in counterfeit pills and controlled substances has made agents more cautious. Any medication that looks unfamiliar or lacks a pharmacy label can raise suspicion, even if it's legally prescribed. You don't need to carry a pharmacy receipt for every trip, but here's what will help you. A copy of your prescription, printed or digital, a doctor's note for controlled meds, especially if traveling internationally, original labeled bottles, even travel-sized ones. Without this proof, TSA has every right to delay, confiscate, or escalate. And remember, agents aren't pharmacists. They won't guess what your pills are. So if you rely on heart meds, antidepressants, ADHD treatment, or anything remotely regulated, this matters. Avoid getting flagged for something that keeps you healthy. Documentation might feel excessive until you're explaining your meds to a uniformed officer sweating through security. Number 4, early flights, no exceptions. It's 4:55 a.m. at Chicago O'Hare. The terminal is half empty, the lights are soft, and most travelers are still yawning into their coffees. A woman in her 60s steps up to the TSA checkpoint, hoping for a quiet, routine check-in before her sunrise flight. She's pulled aside. The agent holds up a small container of insulin pens. "I've flown with these before," she says, "but this time it's different." Many travelers assume early morning flights mean faster, easier screenings. Fewer crowds, more relaxed staff, right? Not anymore. TSA has standardized its procedures across all hours, especially for items like medical devices, syringes, and refrigerated medications. In 2025, these early checkpoints are often used for randomized enhanced screening, including closer checks of medication that could be injected, inhaled, or measured in liquid form. And here's the catch. Many passengers pack less carefully when they fly early. Rushed from home, they forget to separate medication, leave out labels, or forget to mention it to the agent. That moment of, "I'm too tired to explain," can turn into a flagged bag, or worse, missing your boarding window. Even on early flights, TSA officers are trained to follow the same rules, and sometimes apply them more stringently due to training drills or rotation schedules. So if you're flying before the sun comes up, don't assume leniency. Assume full protocol. Wake up 10 minutes earlier and organize your meds. Sleepy mistakes can cost you the entire day. Number 5, allergy medications on the watch list. It's late spring at LAX and pollen is everywhere. A young traveler arrives at security with tissues in one hand and a stuffed backpack in the other. Inside, TSA finds 2 blister packs of over-the-counter allergy pills and a small bottle of nasal spray. He's waved to secondary screening. Confused, he asks, "It's just allergy meds. I take them every day." But the agent is already calling over a supervisor. Here's the problem. Some allergy and sleep medications contain ingredients that overlap with banned or controlled substances, especially when traveling internationally or through stricter TSA zones. In 2025, TSA has added several common drugs, like pseudoephedrine and diphenhydramine, to their algorithmic watch list for closer inspection. Even if these meds are perfectly legal in the US, large quantities, unlabeled packaging, or foreign brands can trigger suspicion. Some agents may question the dosage, form, capsules, syrups, inhalers, or even ask why you're carrying multiple packs, especially if they resemble narcotics or look tampered with. This is especially common in seasonal travel periods where congestion meds, cold relief, and sleep aids fill bags by the dozen. But what looks like self-care to you can look like smuggling to them. Always limit the quantity, keep original packaging, and avoid mixing brands or forms together. And if you're traveling with allergy meds abroad, double check that your destination allows them. Some countries ban ingredients we take for granted. Don't let a decongestant turn into a denied boarding pass. Number 6, flying international, different rules. You've just checked in for your flight from New York to Tokyo. It's your dream vacation, weeks of planning, reservations locked in, bags perfectly packed. At the security checkpoint, a TSA agent notices a small prescription bottle with unfamiliar labeling. "Where was this filled?" they ask. You explain it's from a family trip to Mexico last year, same medication, just cheaper. But now you're being escorted to a secondary room for questioning. Here's the harsh reality. Just because something is legal to possess in the US doesn't mean you can fly with it or bring it abroad. And in 2025, TSA is working more closely with international drug regulation lists to pre-screen outbound travelers carrying questionable substances, especially medications sourced overseas or not clearly labeled in English. Some countries ban ingredients that are common in American medications. Japan has restrictions on ADHD medication. The UAE bans codeine-based painkillers. Singapore has tight controls on sleeping aids, but TSA may still stop you at departure, especially if you're carrying large quantities. foreign packaging, missing documentation meds on Interpol's restricted substance alerts. It's like crossing invisible borders before you've even left US soil. Always research medication laws in your destination country, and bring a printed prescription or doctor's note translated into English if necessary. What you thought was preparation can look like trafficking in the wrong context. Travel smart. The wrong pill can shut down your entire trip before it starts. Number 7. Seniors and daily meds at risk. It's a quiet morning in Phoenix. An older couple is preparing to board a flight to visit their grandchildren across the country. At security, the husband places his bag on the conveyor. Inside, his weekly pill organizer, 7 compartments, unlabeled, filled with life-sustaining medications. The TSA agent frowns. "Can you tell me what these are?" The man hesitates. His wife steps in, trying to explain each pill by memory. Meanwhile, the line builds, their boarding time ticks closer, and the stress begins to rise. For seniors, traveling with medication isn't just routine, it's essential. But in 2025, TSA's updated screening policies are putting older travelers at greater risk of confusion, delays, and even medication loss. Why? Because many rely on pill organizers instead of original bottles. They may not have documentation. They might forget to declare items like insulin, inhalers, or emergency medications. And TSA officers, while trained, aren't medical professionals. They follow protocol. Unlabeled, unidentified pills, regardless of age or intent, trigger the same response: inspection, delay, and possible confiscation. For seniors especially, a delay in access to medicine isn't just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. The solution? Keep meds in clearly labeled containers, carry a printed medication list with dosages, use a doctor's note if needed. Don't assume you'll be let through because of age or health. Airports move fast. But your health doesn't wait. A few extra minutes of preparation can protect hours or days of your trip. By now, you've seen just how easy it is for something as simple as medicine to become a major travel issue. TSA's updated policies in 2025 aren't here to make your life harder, but if you're unprepared, they absolutely can. Whether it's unlabeled pills, liquid meds, prescription gaps, or international rules, small mistakes can mean missed flights, lost medication, or even detainment at security. And for seniors or frequent flyers, the risk only grows. So before your next trip, keep all medications in original labeled containers, carry supporting documents when needed, declare liquid meds at screening clearly and early, check your destination's medication laws if flying abroad. Travel smart, pack smarter, and never assume yesterday's rule still applies today. What part surprised you most? Let us know in the comments below, and if you found this helpful, subscribe so you never fly blind again.